Hey guys, I'm Randy.
And I'm Daniel.
We're two lifelong friends and musicians, but when we're not playing gigs, we like to talk games.
And today on the Gaming Gig podcast, we're discussing whether or not demos help us get the most out of our gaming experience.
All right, man. Well, on the brain for me this week has been demos, game demos. Because I have played two, not one, but two demos.
Count them. 1, 2.
Which is way more than I usually do. I played two demos this week. I played Final Fantasy XVI's demo, and I played the Lies of P demo.
The Lies of P. Now that's the Pinocchio game for anybody who's playing along at home.
The Pinocchio Souls-alike, which is not a sentence that I thought I would ever say.
Yes, I was telling Randy I was listening to the Besties podcast, and they were just cracking up about Lies of P being a Pinocchio game, and they kind of highlighted to me just how funny it is.
It is the stupidest name.
Yeah.
But a really cool game. Not for me. Way too hard for me. But anyways, demos. So I asked on our main channel, do you ever play demos of games before buying? And here are the results.
So at 16%, we said yes, whenever possible. At 13%, folks said frequently, but not always. At 59%, people said rarely, but I have before, which is where I fall. And at 11%, people said, nope, I have never, ever, ever, ever played a game demo.
I also fall into that rarely thing, which is 60% of people, or 59, close to it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. I just don't play them that much. I'm usually kind of like, if I want a game, I usually think like, I don't need to play a demo. I'm already sold on this game. And really, I'm only super interested in when I'm like on the fence about a game. And usually they don't have demos anyway. So it's like, how often does the perfect storm come up to where you're on the fence and there's a demo?
Well, there's a comment later that we're going to get to, so I'm not going to go into this super early, but I have played a few betas, but I haven't played a lot of demos.
Yeah.
So, there's a little bit of a difference there between a beta and a demo.
And we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Because they're related. They are related.
They are. They're cousins.
So, Daniel, before we move in, what was the last demo you played? We know the last demos I played. What was the last demo you remember playing? I'm talking strictly a demo.
Yeah. The last demo I remember downloading was Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
But did you play it?
No, I didn't open it. Okay. So the last demo that I played was probably, I want to say Triangle Strategy.
There you go. Well, Nintendo's doing a lot of demos right now. I think that's one of the coolest things they're doing on the Switch. They're doing tons and tons of demos. And it kind of brings us into our first comment here. We have one from Graham Kelly who said, I rarely try demos because 9 out of 10 PlayStation games don't have a demo. It's pathetic that devs have so little confidence in their multi-billion games.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Well, one, it is, like multi-billion-dollar games, that's a joke. No game has ever cost $1 billion, although there is a rumor that GTA 6 will be the first game to ever cost $1 billion.
I hope it does. That'd be sick.
I don't know if that's ever going to actually happen, but that is insane. If it happens, that will be super cool. But anyways, it is kind of strange that a lot of these big games don't have demos.
Yeah, it is, but it's not surprising to me because they just want you to buy it and play it. Like they don't want to give it away for free.
Well, I don't think a good demo shouldn't give the game away for free.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is I don't feel like they want to give any of the content away for free. It's probably why they're not, driven to maybe post more demos. But
right.
I agree that it is a little odd, and but I don't necessarily agree that it maybe says they don't have confidence.
I think there are two sides to it.
Yeah.
I think one, it is a sign of confidence. I do think. I think like we just got Final Fantasy 16. That's on my brain. That is a huge, super high budget game. And they're putting out a demo on it. And I think it's because they are so confident. They're so confident in the product. They're like, hey, look, if you haven't tried Final Fantasy before, or if you're used to the old games and you're not sure you're going to like this new direction that we've been pushing for a while, they say, try the demo. You're going to be hooked. And I have never played a mainline Final Fantasy game. I went into this thinking I have no clue what it's going to be like. Only place of reference I had was Final Fantasy VII, the remake. So I knew that they made some high quality stuff, but I'd never played a mainline. I went in this demo and loved it. I'm definitely getting the game now. So it sold me. So I think that they are super confident. So I do think that it can be a confidence thing.
Yeah, I agree that I think putting out a demo is a confident move. I just don't know that not putting out a demo necessarily goes the other way all the time. Right. It might sometimes, though. I mean, some games come out just held together with Elmer's glue and duct tape these days. So, if you're making one of those, I can understand why you don't want to put a demo out. So,
yeah, Forspoken definitely didn't get a demo for good reasons because, or did Forspoken get a demo? Forspoken did get a demo.
Did it really?
I look it up because I think that I was joking. I was just thinking like, what was a bad game we got recently? And I'm like, I think Forspoken, now that I think about it, I think Forspoken did get a demo.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, God.
Well,
maybe it
came out on my freaking birthday. No, the game came out on my birthday, not the demo.
I shouldn't have used it as an example. I just named a bad game and said, I didn't get a demo.
Red Fail didn't, I don't think.
Red Fail didn't get a demo. No, I really don't think it did get a demo. Well, there you go. So apparently you can be overconfident about a game that's not good.
Starfield's not giving us a demo.
At least that we know of. I mean, it's still quite a ways out. Who knows? They could drop a demo like
I don't think they're going to do
Final Fantasy 16 got its demo, a week and a half, 2 weeks before the game launched. So
does Bethesda ever do demos? Has there ever been like an Elder Scrolls or a Fallout demo?
Not that I'm aware of. No. Well, I don't know. Let's move on to the next comment here. We got one from Daiquiris. It is, you agree?
That's definitely not Daiquiris. You thirsty, buddy?
Oh yeah, I'm thirsty.
Daiquiris. Anyway, Daiquiris says, rarely. The reason? Most of the time, a demo only shows me how bad a game is, or mediocre at best, for games that aren't at all. The sad part about demos is that they are not a very good way to judge a good game, but more like a good way to judge a bad game. Reviews and Let's Play do a better job for me to being interested in a game. I sometimes do play them on games that I'm on the fence. For games that I'll buy anyway, there's no reason to play the demo.
Interesting. I do think that there is an argument to be had here that demos aren't always great for certain games. Like, it's really hard to get what the game really is across in a demo.
Yeah.
So maybe for certain games, it'd be better to not have a demo at all because it may turn people off on a game they may otherwise love.
I really like the approach that FF16 took, where you just play the beginning of the game up to a certain point and it cuts you off and it lets you pick up there when you get the game. Yeah. I really like that approach.
Yeah.
But it ain't going to work for everything.
No, because some games, like the beginning of the game is like, it's like tutorials and stuff, and it may not give you a real good feel for what the game is like once you really get started. And, because certain games, what if it's, what if a lot of the game is like, say like a game like City Skylines. I'm just thinking because I was thinking about that earlier this morning. I don't know that like that game, you could give a demo or like you could have maybe like you could play it for a certain amount of time or something, it's going to be really, how do you even make a demo of that game?
Maybe throw you into like a partially built city and, I don't know, let you play.
Yeah, and that's another tactic I've definitely seen of games is they'll kind of give you a curated experience of like, here's what this game is like once you get into it.
Yeah.
But that's also a little weird, isn't it? I mean, it's a different type of thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough. There are multiple different types of demos. And but I do like the thing that you're talking about, and we'll kind of get into that more in a little bit. I do believe someone touches on that in a later comment.
They do.
So next we have TYY7ZR, who said, I have played demos before buying, notably Voice of Cards. The Isle of Dragon Roars has a demo, and it acts as a short prequel to the game, not a small portion of the game in the opening. I think it would be better to have demos that act as a prologue to the game. Maybe this would only work for some games, not all, but I think it would be a good idea. That's interesting, isn't it?
That is. Just, kind of set up the game with a demo. Teach you the mechanics.
It's not the game. It's just like a prequel of sorts. Like a kind of a shortened version of the game.
Is that really a true demo, though?
That's true.
If you're not demoing the actual game you're going to buy.
Yeah. It's more of just like, I guess it kind of is, depending on how they did it. And like this person said, it wouldn't work for all games.
Yeah.
But for some games, I do think that's an interesting idea. And it's cool to know that people have done it. I wouldn't have thought to do that necessarily. Definitely just like, I would think like just starting the game and then play up to a point and you say, okay, pick back up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that. Thinking outside the box.
Yep.
But before we move on,
I was about to segue. You do it.
you were about to say, do you have a segue?
No,
We can rewind and you can use your segue.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I hate to ruin a good segue, but before we move on, we need to plug our Discord community. Guys, if you don't know about our Discord community, it is straight fire. It is popping off. As the kids say, it is bussin'. For real. Okay? So follow the link that's in our video and go ahead and pop over there. We talk about games all the time with some cool people.
We'd love to see you there. It is so bussin'. All right, we got a comment here from Omega Fulf.
Whew.
And they said, if they allow save progress to transfer from demo to full game, I'm more inclined to try the demo.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, and that's what we're saying. Not all games do that. And, some games it won't work. And it really just comes down to what type of game it is.
Mm-hmm.
But
it does.
If they do allow you, I would be very disappointed if, say, I just played Liza P, and say I had stuck with that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that game's save data transfers over, but if it didn't, I would be very bummed. It would actually kind of turn me off. It wouldn't make me want to play the demo. I'd be kind of mad that I played the demo if it didn't save.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially since you had to grind so hard through that demo.
Oh, I did too.
I was trying to give Randy a pep talk yesterday because I watched the video on Liza P, and I just think he could have beat that boss. I really do.
I maybe could have if I had given it some more attempts.
I mean, he only tried it one time, and that's the attempt you saw in the video. So it's like...
That's not true. Not true at all. I did show a little bit of an attempt, my best attempt, by the way, and I only got about halfway through the boss. So
I think you could have replicated that best attempt again, though, and gotten better and got through it.
Yeah, there were times I did have some very similar attempts that were close to that, but no, what I also found out after that, that apparently the game wants you to block more than dodge.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was doing more dodging than blocking. And I think maybe if I had done some blocking, I would have been better off.
Yeah, definitely.
According to what people have left comments saying, hey, the game really wants you to be heavy on blocking, not necessarily not so much dodging. And I just had it in my head that I was like, I know how to play a Souls game. You dodge. And so, I mean, it was definitely working, but it was, I think I would have been maybe better off blocking because I wouldn't have had to get so far back all the time.
Yeah.
Because that boss had some really wide attacks and you had to get really far away and then get back in, and there wasn't much time.
Yeah. Well, I just was trying to build you up a little bit there, man.
Oh, I appreciate it.
All right. We got a comment from Captain Pep. Captain says, I've never actually played a demo before. I've just never needed to.
I was actually really surprised that 11% of people who participated in the poll said they had never played a demo in their life.
That is a little odd.
That's weird to me. I just think they're available. Why not try them? What do you mean you've never needed to? Try them.
They never needed to.
That has never needed to. Have you never been on the fence about a game? You're like, I just don't know if I like it or not. There's a free demo to try. I'll try it.
No, never needed to. They've never been on the fence.
I've never been on the fence about a game. Never once.
I mean, I've definitely played demos, but I don't play them as much as I should, and I don't know why. Mm-hmm. There's some strange psychology at play there. But I do kind of want to play the FF16.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's mostly cutscenes, but
yeah. I don't mind a good cutscene. Never have.
Well, then you won't mind this, but
Never have.
Very heavy on the cutscenes.
Yeah, and I've already seen several of them because I watched you stream it that day.
You watched about half of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's only a 2-hour demo.
Yeah.
So
I want to see those ward chocobos.
Oh yeah.
I came in late.
I have a question about how to pronounce that because I thought it was chocobo, kind of like chocolate.
Chocobo. I think I've always said chocobo.
Maybe it's chocobo.
It could be.
Change the emphasis around.
Yeah, it could
See,
be.
I'm not a
Chocobo.
Final Fantasy person, so I don't know how they pronounce it in the games.
Chocobo.
I thought it was like chocolate though. I just like chocolate though, so maybe it's just my chocolate loving.
Wait. Let's find out here.
Surely this is not it.
Chocobo.
Chocobo.
Chocobo, that's what I say.
That's what you said, yeah.
Chocobo.
Google says I'm right.
Google says, I don't know.
Chocobo.
Chocobo. There you go. No,
All right.
no chocolate involved.
No chocolate involved.
Datboy12233 says, nowadays it's usually betas, which is some way a demo, but it's limited. Betas are very similar, but different in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think the motivation behind a beta is different because the motivation behind a demo is, I want you to play this game that we made. The motivation behind a beta generally is, I want you to play this game we're working on, and we want to get feedback.
Yeah, and test it. What's really strange to me is how many betas are placed behind the paywall of you have to have pre-ordered the game or have put some sort of money into it to even play the beta.
Yeah.
That seems kind of, I don't know. I think free betas are the way to go. And it seems like not many people do those.
Even if it's a closed beta where you have to sign up and then you get picked or not,
Right.
I agree. I don't think you should have to pay.
But a lot of, and we recently played, the most recent beta I've played was Crash Team Rumble. And we were lucky enough to get codes from Activision so that we didn't have to pay for it. But everyone else, not everyone else, but a lot of people who we were playing with, they had already pre-ordered the game in order to be able to play the beta, which is just I don't know, that just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, and a lot of games, we'll do if you pre-order early, you get early access. You get 48 hours before other people. That's kind of cool because that's not a beta.
No, that's just a little perk for pre-ordering.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. But in order to access the beta, you needed to have pre-ordered it. I guess if you're super into the game, those are the people who are pre-ordering, well into the beta period anyway. So maybe it doesn't make a big difference.
You know what I just realized?
What?
I lied earlier in the podcast. I have played a demo more recently than Triangle Strategy because I played the Street Fighter 6 demo and the beta.
You did both.
Because SF6 does everything right.
Was the beta free?
The beta was free. The demo was free.
Oh, man.
There were multiple betas, actually, but I only played the last one. The more open beta.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah.
Good job for Street Fighter. It seems like Street Fighter is doing everything right.
Cap God.
Oh, Cap God, they're back.
They're back, man.
All right, hit us with Brandon's comment here. Oh, wait, before we do that, I forgot. We got to tell you guys about our Twitch channel. I'm not good at this stuff, guys. This is only the 73rd podcast we've done.
In a row.
So, we stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So, at 8 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out with us. We're playing Sea of Thieves. We're playing
Rocket League. And
we're playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, come hang out with us on Twitch, guys. All right, now hit us with Brandon's comment.
I'd be happy to. So Brandon Hansard says, anyone old enough to remember physical demo discs?
It's a question.
Anyone old enough to remember physical demo discs we used to get with Pizza Hut and video game magazines? Okay, it was just longer than I thought. Good times.
I never got a demo at Pizza Hut, but I definitely remember game demos coming in magazines.
I do too. I definitely remember that.
Yeah.
But I never got one in a pizza.
I would, if I bit into a pizza and there was a demo disc in there, I'd be pretty excited.
I assume that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. He said with pizza, and so it must be with the pizza.
I think that was actually the original meaning of stuffed crust.
Oh, yeah. Stuff with the demo disc.
Stuff with a demo disc.
Yeah.
The crust was a different time.
Yeah. It was like those, what are the cakes where you find the little baby? The little toy baby? No, it's not a toy baby, is it? It's
I don't know.
This is a
the cakes where you find the baby.
Yeah, is this like a
the dingo?
I feel like it's either a French or like a Creole tradition. It's like a
you put a little baby in a cake, and if you eat the baby,
it's a toy.
You get good luck.
It's a little plastic. I want to say it's a baby, but I don't know why. I don't know why my brain went to baby. But I kind of think it is a baby.
Well, let's just find out here. I've been watching some Joe Rogan podcasts. He goes on tangents all the time. So I'll just be Jamie here and I'll get on the laptop.
Yeah.
Let's see. French cake with toy baby inside.
Is it a king's cake? Is that what it's called?
Oh, a king's cake. Yeah, I've heard of this. I think that is a Creole thing. I guess French, yeah. The Zulu king cake has a chocolate icing with a coconut filling. Traditionally, a small porcelain baby symbolizing Jesus is hidden in the king cake and is a way for residents of New Orleans to celebrate their Christian faith. The baby symbolizes luck and prosperity to whoever finds it. And a really painful bowel movement.
Okay. Just had to put that into our heads there.
Well, all I've been thinking about is those little chocolate eggs that kids used to get choked on, and they don't put toys in them anymore.
Oh yeah, the
Kinder eggs?
Kinder.
I think Kinder eggs are still around. I think it was a different one that was the choking hazard. I think Kinder
Wonder Ball?
handles
Not
Wonder
the-
Ball.
was it
I think
Wonder Ball?
Wonder Ball. I think they would put just like loose toys in there.
In a Wonder Ball?
I think Kinder like puts them in a thing.
I don't know. I remember Wonder Ball.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I remember the jingle. What's in a Wonder Ball? I remember.
Really?
I remember the jingle from the TV.
What's in a Wonder Ball?
It was like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I wonder, something, something, what's in a Wonder Ball?" I remember the commercial.
Nice. Okay. So we got a comment
No,
here.
that was with candy on the inside because the thing was yummy, melty chocolate with candy shapes inside.
I think you're
Maybe they
right.
changed it to candy because they were choking people.
Oh, and if you choke on something that you can eat, then you're just dumb.
Right. Okay.
I think it's your turn to read a comment.
All right, we got one from Tom Derry here. Old Tom said, last demo I played was Octopath Traveler 2, which I was going to buy with or without a demo. I'll be more likely to play them if I'm on the fence and it's available.
You know, the moral I'm taking from this is that Square is really good at putting out demos.
It seems like Square puts out demos. Octopath Traveler 2, which I was going to buy with or without. Then why'd you even do it?
Yeah.
Tom? You must have been excited about the game.
Sound like you didn't need it.
Sound like you were like,
But I know that progress carried over too.
well, there you
So
go.
it was more or less just getting the game early.
A little bit and get to play a little bit before. That's kind of honestly how I felt about Final Fantasy 16 because I had already been pretty hyped by the trailers and stuff. So, but I was a little on the fence. So I'm really glad I got to play the demo because I hadn't bought the game and I was, it was a good opportunity to see if I was going to like it or not. So I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, hit us with Echolus here.
Echolus says, actually it's Echoless, says, my demos are piracy. If I like it, I buy the game afterwards.
That kind of reminds me of how I was in high school on my PC.
Oh, yes. And Randy used to sail the high seas a lot.
But the only difference is that I wouldn't buy it after it if I liked it.
No.
I just, but then again, I didn't have any money.
Yeah. I mean, every ROM that I've ever downloaded has been on a game that I've already bought. So like I don't necessarily subscribe to this, but I do see where you're coming from.
But it is kind of interesting that they say, they pirate the game, but if they like it, they'll buy it.
Yeah, and I will say that I've done that. Not with the piracy thing. Anyway, moving on.
I've bought games
I just told on myself.
I will say I've done that. Not with the piracy thing. I've just, if I like it, I buy it.
No, I mean, full transparency. Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah, I know that. Everyone knows that. Mm-hmm. You didn't need to say full transparency. We all knew.
Oh, man.
Ray Chi says, only 2 indie games to show there is an interest towards the project. Now, this one is...
I like it.
I like this.
Yeah, I like showing support for the indies.
Yeah, and if that means like, hey, download the demo or download the beta or, try the game. Lots of indies will do that.
Early access.
Yeah, whatever. Just to show, hey, I have interest in this.
That's a great thing about playing on PC is that there's so many indies out there you can get early access to.
Yep. It seems like indies do that a lot more than a lot of the big games do. And they probably need that. They do need the judge to see how many people are interested in the project.
Yeah.
Because if they think no one's interested there, it's going to really set back how much they put into the project.
For sure.
So that's cool. Good for you, Raichi. Good on you.
Good on you.
Daniel, do you know about the 3 for Dale Club?
The 3 for Dale Club. As a matter of fact, I have heard tell of it.
Well, let me tell you a little bit more about it just so that you can know. The Three for Dale Club is our exclusive club that we do to shout out people who make it to the end of the podcast, which is you. You're listening to me right now. You made it all the way to the end. So I want to shout you out at the end of the next podcast, and we do that through our Three for Dale Club.
Heck yeah, we do. Leading out the lineup this week, we have AJK.
AJK. D18 is the next one. Just a number, a letter, then a number. I like it. 2 numbers, actually, 1 and 8. Wait, before we continue with the Three for Devil Club, we got to tell you how to be a part of it. We're just messing up the podcast today.
I thought it was a little, when you threw it up to me to start reading names, I felt like it happened quick, but I didn't know why.
Yeah.
So to join the Three for Dale Club, all you have to do is drop us a comment on the YouTube version of the podcast with the words 3 for Dale in the comment. You can say whatever you want. Just put 3 for Dale in there. Okay?
That's our secret code phrase, not a code word. It's our secret code phrase that lets us know you made it to the end.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, we've got Micardo Mollemans. I think I got that right.
I think you did, and I love the alliteration in your name, man. Thank you. Next up, we have not a normal member of the Three for Dale Club. No, says I. We have Landon Stallings. Landon, thank you, man.
Landon is our Three for Dale Club god. And then next, we've got Porky Soda. Porky Soda. I've never had a porky flavored soda, but...
Well, I'm going to Ingles right after this to find me one of them.
I'm sure they exist.
Mm-hmm. I'll bring you one.
Thank you.
And rounding out the lineup this week for the Three for Dale Club, we have Alpha Rakama. I don't know if I said your name right, and I'm so sorry if I didn't, but we appreciate you either way.
Yeah, let us know how to pronounce your last name. Rakama. Rakama? Rakama? Oh, there's a couple options there.
There are.
There's something that we didn't say.
But if you tell us how to get it right, I promise I'll get it right.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, I'm Randy.
And I'm Daniel.
And this has been Gaming Gig.
Peace out.